Welcome to another episode of the Nerd Entrepreneurs Podcast, where we interview young entrepreneurs around the globe in order for you to learn and get inspired to turn your own ideas into reality. I'm your host, Dan, and today I am as thrilled as ever to share yet another exciting startup story with you. Buckle up and enjoy the ride. Cool. So here we are. Tim, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
It's very, very nice of you. I know you had a busy morning.
Yeah.
Delivering food to people around Zurich.
Yeah.
I'd like to start by asking a couple of questions about yourself and about the startup earlybird.ch. What do you do with that startup? How many people are you? Maybe you can tell us a bit more about the story of Earlybird.
Okay. All right. Thanks. So we'll start with Earlybird first. So we started last year. We went live in November, December by the end of the year, and then we are 3 people, like the 3 founders. Like one friend is from university and one friend is from the apprenticeship, like at business school, like 10 years ago. And at the current stage, we have a pool of 5 people who are helping in the production in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's like it started very slowly. Like at the beginning, we have like 5 bowls to produce in the evening, so it was like a little bit disappointing. Yeah. But like it takes time, and now like these days we are making it around 100 bowls each night. So it's like the nights are getting longer, customer base is growing, and so. But for us, we are 3 very impatient people. So like at the beginning, it's like always when you have an idea, you think, oh, we throw it in the market and then we see what's get back, and like it takes time. So nothing goes from 0 to 1 within a few weeks. So it was growing slowly and steadily, but now I think we are on the right path. So it all started from the idea just only delivering breakfast, because we thought that there is like a lack in the market so far. Like it's a new market which is in Zurich. We have a few deliveries which are delivering breakfast, but thankfully we adopted to as well lunch, because still like lunch is the biggest market in food like in Zurich. So now these days we're doing breakfast and lunch to offices, workspaces. So we have home deliveries, people who pick it up in the checkbox. And what we do also is like fruit boxes, because Earlybird is situated in the fruit and vegetable market. Like it's the biggest market in Switzerland, so where all tons of fruit and vegetable make the turnover before they go to the restaurants or somewhere. So we are like very close to the source. So we thought, why not adapt fruit boxes to our business? Yeah. I think. Did I miss the question?
No, not at all. I was just wondering, how did you come to that idea? Why did you study something in that domain, or how come food delivery?
Not really. It's like a lot of things in life. It's like happen accidentally. So I was studying, and then during my studies at the ZHW, I met my girlfriend, and her father is running a business in the fruit and vegetable market. So during the studies, I worked there for part-time job 40%, and after graduation I started there for 100% job. So we had the whole infrastructure and like the good prices where you have in the gross market. So we just thought of what can be like, we have the base, what we can build on top of it. And so from there we came into food. Otherwise I would never ever went to like food industry. It's like, I don't know, if you open a restaurant these days, it's gonna be tough as hell. Like even this one is really tough. Yeah. But like if you have to pay rent in Zurich and to start something, you need millions to raise. Yeah. So we are all like the whole money we have from family and friends.
Yeah.
And so we started without like big amount of money.
Yeah.
That just leads me to the next question. How did you, in the end, like if you could explain it a little bit more in detail, how did you come up with enough money to start with it? Or what was actually needed?
Well, first I had the idea with only breakfast, and then I just wanted to speak with my girlfriend's father because he has several companies. So I just asked him what he thinks about the idea. He said, yeah, let's go. Try. And he gave us, he didn't give us a lot of money, but he gives us the whole infrastructure.
Yeah.
We have an office there. We can use his kitchen when they don't produce, because they produce as well. They make like salads in the, how you say, in the bag, which you can buy in the grocery store. Yeah. And like all the fruits, we can order them cutted.
Wow.
Like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I see how many orders we have, how much we need approximately, so I can go into production and say like I need 3 kilo of this one, 5 kilo of this.
Yeah.
1 kilo of salad, and they make it.
Nice.
So they can prepare a lot, and yeah.
So this is how you started doing your first couple, 5 bowls.
Yeah.
At night.
Yeah.
You were just 3 people at the beginning.
Yes.
How did it evolve into you have 5 other people helping you in the kitchen?
This was just, yes, at this stage, yes, but until the last, I think it was maybe June, we started to employ people. Until then we made all by ourselves.
Yeah.
So we were growing slowly, and then like at one time we don't have enough sleep. It's like you produce until like midnight, and you need just help. So we were like, we have to employ people. Until then we were just 3 of us. We are making like everything by ourselves. Yeah. So it's like a little bit of control freak, but we make the delivery, we are producing. Yeah. We build like the homepage. We have done like all the internal system we've done by ourselves.
Is any of you a developer, a coder, or how?
We were very lucky. While I was working at the fruit and vegetable company, which I'm still part-time working these days, I was doing the IT. I was working close to the one who developed the software for the fruit and vegetable company. He's around 65. I asked him if he want to build the software for us, and he was like, yes, because he doesn't need money anymore. He's like 65. He just works these days for good friends. Yeah. I went like in the afternoon. I went to his home. I was saying I want this like that, and he was programming, and he didn't charge us any franc. Yeah. So we were very lucky. I think the whole software would be maybe value at least like 50 to 100,000, which he built for us for free. So wow. This was a lot of luck as well, like from the network we had, and a lot of people who supported us as well. We have like cooks who are taking fruit and vegetable from the fruit and vegetable company. Yeah. So they are clients from there, and then we asked him if he wants to develop some products for us. For sure we would pay him, but he never charged us. So nice. It was just like, hey, yes, nice. Young people are doing something. Yeah. And they were just like, so many people gave us a lot. So we were like very happy.
Super nice, yeah. So if to sum up, in the end, you kind of arranged it very smart, like the whole production side of the food. Yeah. You got the infrastructure through your network, and you got the IT as well through your network, kind of. So the part that is left is kind of the marketing and sales, right? Yeah. And how did you do that at the beginning? How did you start with that?
I'm not really good at marketing. I'm not like a creative person, and so as I told you, we are 3 guys. One of them I've studied with. He's also not creative. He's making accountant. He's for delivery. He's really punctual. You really can rely on him. Oh, he's doing like that's perfect work and like hard work. And like when I had the idea, I called first like him, and he said yes. And then I knew we need someone who can do marketing. Right. And this was the guy this is Thomas. I went with him to business school like 10 years ago, KV business school it's called in Switzerland. So we always told like, when we're gonna do something one day, we're gonna call each other. Right. Of course, you never think it's gonna happen. So, but I knew if if I need a creative person, he's the one. And so it was like really hard to get him on board because he was, maybe you know the startup Kupel, Stuff Finder.
Yeah.
He was running their marketing department with another guy, and then he slowly came over. So nice. And he's doing the whole marketing. He's making the food photography. He made the design, the homepage, like texting, newsletter, Instagram. Yeah. And he's also producing like 6 hours every night in the production kitchen. Yeah. Sometimes he's delivering as well. So it's like, yeah. And as well for him, it was like Instagram at the beginning. You have like 10, 20 followers. You invest so much time to make a nice post and like, you see 10 people. So, but it's the same with the podcast. Now, like you start slowly, you just need to be patient. And yes. Like now we have 500, it's growing slowly. But
yeah, it's a long-term game.
Yeah.
This marketing and sales. I have for me one last question for the early bird. Could you describe a day in your week? Maybe a day where it's a bit tougher. How does it look like? When do you get up? What do you do?
Definitely Monday. All people hate Monday. No, this is Monday is for us all the toughest because, like Sunday we produce maybe from 4 to 9, 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And in the morning, as I'm working also for Agroform, we are all like helping cleaning up because the fruit and vegetable company has on Monday, they have really a lot to do.
Yeah.
So, and it's always a whole mess. And we are there at around, usually I'm there at 4 a.m. and like my friends are coming at 5 a.m. to help. And then we're going to deliver our stuff from 6. Then we come back and you are just like, okay, maybe I go home for an hour for sleep. Otherwise, it's like if you for too long time, you can't work. Otherwise, like your brain gets, you're not really efficient.
Yeah.
Then usually we go home.
At what time?
Maybe at around lunchtime. So you come back, maybe have a few meals and a few calls to do. And then lunchtime I go home maybe for 1 hour, take a rest, eat something, go back. And then in the afternoon, you see what the orders are. I go to the production and say what I need. Then I do administrative stuff. And also working as well a little bit for the fruit and vegetable company as I have the contract there as well.
Yeah.
And from 5 p.m. we start like producing like
the next batch for the next
day.
For the next day.
Yeah. So we're producing until maybe midnight and then go home.
Wow. And then the next day at 4 5 a.m. you're there again?
No. It's just Monday.
It's
like
just
4
Monday.
a.m. because they need help. Next day usually between 6 and 7.
Okay.
Like Misha, who is running the delivery, he's responsible for it. So he comes usually between 5 and 6 to prepare all the bags and the stuff because we have the bakery which brings us the stuff at around 6 o'clock in the morning. So he also has to wait until he gets the bakery stuff and then he can split it, fill the cars, I say.
Yeah, I saw them outside. The electric tricycles. So how many deliveries do you do now? In a week or in a day? I don't know how you...
We have in a week at around 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is... Yeah, we have the 3 segments, which is like fruit boxes, which we have usually like Monday and Wednesday. And like the normal deliveries from the web shop. And then we have more and more caterings.
Yeah.
Like we were really lucky we could like for on running.
Yeah.
H&M.
Yeah.
It's like really nice brands which are ordering now like on a regular basis. Like breakfast 50 people or lunch 20.
That's
stuff
good.
like that.
That's
so
good.
Yeah, it's nice for us because we usually have the entry with just like the single person.
Yeah.
And if they are happy, they say like, why don't we order that?
Yeah.
Because we are really trying like Zurich, like the food everywhere is very expensive.
Yes.
And we are at least I think 5 francs cheaper than the whole market, and it's delivered. And the quality compared to others is quite good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think if we convince the people inside the company, it's like a good feedback if the company orders.
Definitely, it's a lot of trust.
Yeah.
So that sounds like you're growing. Sounds good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it comes to my next question. It's not been easy, I'm sure. Could you tell us about your biggest challenges along the way?
Let me start with the beginning. Like when I had the idea, for me, I knew I had like two people in mind, as I told before, Misha and Thomas. Misha, I studied. We just finished. We just graduated, like in August, and then September I called him with the idea, and he said, like, man, it's too early. We just finished. We can't go now. Like, building up a business, and he's like a person which is really secure. Like he always needs like safety, and so what I was really surprised. He said, "Let's do it." So he made a trainee as well, kind of a startup.
Yeah.
Then he quit, came, and this was one of the biggest challenges to get those two people. And then I told you about Thomas. He was like having a safe job, like doing marketing. He has like 5-6 people who he was like the team leader. So to get him fully on board, he's a person, he always does like 20 different stuff at the same time.
Yeah.
So he always had like private project and something like that.
Yeah.
And like at the beginning he was like, I'm on board, but I'm not always here. So it was really tough to get him like, when we are doing this is all you do.
Yeah.
It's like there is no side business or something what you can do, because like the whole time you're here. It took a long time for him to realize, and then at one stage we said like, you have to decide. And then he said like, okay, we're going. This was one of the biggest for me, like crucial to get the right people on board. So then we had this, so we were really happy. And then the next one was building the homepage.
Can I ask, just come back to the how did you do that? How do you get someone who has a stable job to come join a startup? Or how do you convince someone who's, for whom it's really important to have a safe and steady income, or, have a safety net? How do you invite him to come to a startup that, probably will fail, like statistics say? Obviously it's going well, of course, but if you look at statistics, how do you convince someone with these statistics to help you out?
Maybe luck, or I don't know. I think it's difficult to say why. Maybe we have to ask him, but I think even though he needs security, he still knew like if we fail, he still can go back. You have good education in Switzerland. I don't know how bad it can run that you ruin your whole life. I think he must seen as well like the whole synergies which I was speaking before with the fruit and vegetable companies, which you don't have. Like if you start something like that in proper circumstances, you won't get that. And what we have was, I think this benefit was convincing both. Like we can build something really nice on top of that. So I think they saw the potential as well. Even though he was working for a company like Thomas that was leading the marketing team, he still had some way in, like he knew he wanted to do something for himself and work for himself, which is much more, I think, makes you happier than working for someone else. Yeah,
definitely. The next, you were just starting.
Oh, about the third homepage, I think. At the beginning, we wanted to build like a homepage with much more functionalities, which you can get from like the standard shops like these that you see on TV, all the advertisement, like you can build your own website. And we were very much stuck in the idea we want to let our customer choose a daily set, like where they can choose the muesli, the bread, the lunch bowl, and the beverage. And because of that, we always said like we need like an individual developed homepage. And then through to a friend, which was, he had a business where he was building homepages with guys from Poland, developers. And then I asked him, and then we started a project which cost us at the beginning maybe 20,000, which was really a lot for us. And the whole communicate, because he told us like he doesn't have time. If we want to build something, he can just make the contact with Poland. And the communication was a whole mess, and like we were like stuck for like 6 months. We were like we want this page like that, and like all the functionalities, and it didn't work at all.
Yeah.
And at one time, like I think the whole project was running at least half a year.
Yeah.
We said no, we have to quit. Like throw it all. We lost like 15,000 Swiss francs, which is still a lot for us.
Yeah.
But we were like, we knew we never come to an end with this project. It was totally mess.
Yeah.
And then we were asking one guy from Switzerland, which also studied at the HSG.
Mm-hmm.
He has an IT company. We asked him, can you build a homepage for us? And then he came, sat on our couch in the office and said, you're idiots, guys. You have a product which is ready to market.
Mm-hmm.
Make a Shopify shop.
Yeah.
And this is what we did. And he said, like, if you do that, you can go live after the weekend. So we were like, the whole weekend we were doing our homepage, and like the week after we went live.
Yeah.
So instead of like, well, he could make a lot of money from us. Like,
of course,
he could offer another homepage for 30,000. We were so stuck in this idea about some special functionalities, but it's like you just have to go out and see. And now we are so happy with Shopify. We have all the functionalities. It's built for e-commerce, so why should we have something like special for us?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and you're much more flexible with this kind of shop. It's like you pay like $80 a month, like, and like 1% on each income. Yeah. But you can have a new design with a few clicks. Yeah. It's like you can adapt so quickly to market. And if you have an individual build homepage, you're just like, it's like that, and it's gonna stay.
Yeah, and you need a developer to and that's gonna cost again.
Yeah. What we do now, we have like, if we have changes in the homepage, we have like, there are like Indian platforms where you can say like, I want this and this change, and those guys in India make it for a few bucks. Yeah. They are happy, we're happy. So it's like for all good. Yeah. This was like it was a tough time to break the project, because we knew like it's not going to go well, but you still have invested a lot of money, which you won't get back. So
how did you decide this?
To quit?
To quit, because you had already put in, I don't know, you said 15,000 francs, which is the same in US dollars. How do you say, okay, let's just cut it?
At one stage, we should have done it earlier to say, but at the end, we had a lot of discussion for sure, because it was not running well, and like all of us guys invested a lot of time to make the wireframes, the design, functionalities, the whole handout. And we had a few points where we wanted to quit, and like at one stage, okay, come on, give it another chance, and then at one stage we were just like, it's not gonna work, so we have to quit. Yeah. So and then it was done, and finally we came to the perfect solution. But like before, it was just a disaster.
That's true.
Was it an easy process to decide to stop that between you three, or was it difficult?
For Misha, who is the guy who wants security, it took really a long time to say like, okay, we have to forget about the money. For me, I was a little bit earlier at that stage to quit. Thomas as well. Then at one stage, Misha was also like, we have to quit, and then we were, it's okay. It was not easy for all of us, because we didn't know how we're gonna have a homepage.
You didn't know that other guy, right?
Yeah.
Yet.
So, but then it finally it came really well. So we are happy with the outcome, and like the money, you forget. It's like just okay. Move forward.
But you mentioned then afterwards you work with Shopify. Yeah. And you said something about guys in India. Yeah. What is the situation there?
It's like in Shopify you can code by yourself. Yeah. So we made maybe 80% of the whole page we built by ourselves. But at one stage when you go operating or you go live, you have not. If we don't have developer skills, it takes so much time to adjust some parts. So Misha, who was working before for another company, he built one homepage in India. So it's like, I don't know what's the platform called, but there is a platform where you can like put on projects, and like some people can apply for the job. Yeah. And this is what we do. So we have like new pages we want to build. we just put them there. Now we have a few contacts which we can rely on, because it's not easy. Like you get some Indian people which are doing like perfect work, and you have some Indian people which are like you cannot. It's just not working. But it's like same in Switzerland.
It's everywhere the same, right?
Yeah. But like what you pay, it's like comparing Switzerland, you pay a developer 200 above Swiss francs, and like
per hour.
Yeah, per hour.
Right. So
and there usually you make a fixed price. It's like maybe 50 francs per side, or if you have like special functionalities, a bit more. But for both parts, it's good. So
definitely.
It's like part of the globalization.
I think one page is Fiverr.com.
Yeah.
Which started for $5 contracts or jobs for $5. And you have Upwork and Freelancer. There's a lot of those. Yeah, that's nice. So now you just ship it to them whenever you have a new idea that is a bit more complicated.
Yeah, most of it. Yeah. First we check, is it possible in Shopify? And then if we know, like we can do it. Sometimes like Misha or Thomas try to develop, and then at one stage they like maybe after a few hours invested, they say okay, good. We give it to India. It depends how much the workload is between the day, so they try by themselves, or like at the moment we just give to India and they do the work, so you just have to coordinate. And I think just to finish the third how do you say challenge was, we were all three of us, we have economic background, so we came from business graduation. So we didn't have any skills in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So
no skills.
No skills. But
of course not. I'm just kidding.
Just like little cooking at home, but nothing special.
We know what you mean. Same here.
And we were trying to build up like a startup in the food industry, and like preparing really nice meals. And at the beginning, I was really afraid. Like we have to hire a cook which is doing the stuff every day. And then my girlfriend's father, he told me, don't do that, you have to do it by yourself. Otherwise you're too much dependent on this one guy. For example, if you hire a cook and he's maybe sick, you mess up. So he said, do it by yourself, and after that employ someone. And for us it was like first time we went to production kitchen, like during our test phase, it took us for 20 bowls, it took us too much time. We were like, we're never going to do that. So, but these days we're in the kitchen and it seems like we're kind of cooks. So it's like you're doing it every day, and then you get into new topics which you never thought you would do. And so this was, for me personally, I was always afraid to like be in the kitchen and be responsible for the food quality, even though I have no apprenticeship in cooking. So so it worked well.
I can see that's a challenge. I mean, we have that discussion when we discuss our own ideas. We're like, do we need to hire an expert in that, because we don't know, we just study business. I think that's a problem business students have, economics and business students. You just don't have a specialty in anything. I mean, you can be a consultant, of course, but that's not what we're doing, right? So I can understand that's a big challenge.
It's like what you say, you study business, you can do all of it, bits and pieces, but like you're not very like deep in one topic, so you just have to jump into the topic, do it every day, invest time, and like at the end you're doing it like someone else who had like studied something. Because like learning by doing.
It's learning by doing.
It's like Thomas, he had not that much skills on doing videos and photographs, because it wasn't his job at like running marketing apartment. So he just invested like hours and hours, day by day, and now he's like doing like a pro.
He's like a pro. It's like an education, I think, being in a startup.
You just have to have the people and the mentality which just say like, we can, we try, we give our best, and then like we see how it comes. And then if you get to a certain point where you realize, okay, we can't, so then you have to hire someone.
Of course.
But like a lot of jobs, like you can learn a lot.
I think a lot you can do yourself. Definitely. for me, that's it with the questions. I don't know, Michel, do you have?
Same here, yeah. It was very, very interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah. So from business to cook and food delivery.
It's kind of,
And it's really nice to see a startup like that, you know, growing and being successful in Zurich, where, everything's so expensive. But yeah, all the pieces fit together somehow with the production. It's really nice, and people supporting you. Yeah. That's really nice. Yeah. So thanks a lot for sharing that story with us.
Thank you too. Thank you
and all the best. I mean, for our listeners, earlybird.ch if you're in Zurich. Thanks a lot again for sharing the story, and all the best to Earlybird and your team. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Nerd Entrepreneurs Podcast. Be sure to visit nerdentrepreneurs.com to access the show notes, read about our next episode, and join a community of like-minded entrepreneurs. If you like the Nerd Entrepreneurs Podcast, we'd love for you to subscribe, rate, and give a review on iTunes. Until next time.